Hello everyone, welcome to another video of history. The name of the chapter is the French Revolution. In last video we have discussed about three major incidents that took place in France on 5th May, 1789, on 20th June 1789 and finally on 14th July. What happened 1789, what happened on that day? We have discussed all these, okay? We have discussed about active and passive citizen of France, okay? We have discussed about how France becomes a constitutional monarchy, active and passive citizens, etc. Okay, so today we will discuss about political symbols. Today we will discuss about political symbols, how France abolishes monarchy and becomes a republic. Okay, all these. Okay, so let's start. So what is the meaning of symbol? Symbol means what? Symbol means sign. Symbol means sign which represents something. Okay, so now look at these symbols. Look at this symbol. This is Ashok Stambh. This is Ashok Stambh. Okay, what it symbolizes? It's symbolizing power, courage, confidence and pride. Okay, now look at another symbols, and these symbols are very common symbol. This is plus, minus, greater than, less than, equal to, not equal to. These are also signs. These signs are mathematical signs. Okay, but in history we will discuss about some political symbols. So symbol means that symbolize something. Okay, so why that time in France they uses so many symbols? Now look at this page, okay? Reading political symbols. What is written here? The majority of men and women in the 18th century could not read and write. As because the people of that time they couldn't read and write, that's why symbols were used. So images and symbols were frequently used instead of printed words to communicate important ideas. Okay? So what are these symbols? The broken chain. The meaning of broken chain, that is act of becoming free. Chains were used to fetter slaves. A broken chain stands for the act of becoming free. As because it is broken, that means free. Then the bundle of rods. We can easily, a person can easily break one single rod, but when it become bunch, so it is very problematic to break that. Okay. Next, the eye within a triangle radiating light. The eye within a triangle and radiating light. The all-seeing eye stands for knowledge. The rays of the sun will drive away the clouds of ignorance. Okay? Then next, scepter, symbol of royal power. Scepter, it symbolizes royal power. Snake biting its tail to form a ring. Snake biting its tail to form a ring, okay? To form a ring. Symbol of eternity. A ring has neither beginning nor end. A ring has neither beginning nor end, okay? Then next, the Phrygian cap. Cap worn by a slave upon becoming free. Blue, white and red, the national color of France. National color of France, blue, white and red. The winged domain, personification of the law, personifies the law. Next, the law tablets. Tablets, written law. The law is the same for all, and all are equal before it. Okay? Now, next major point in your book, that is France abolishes monarchy and become a republic. France abolishes monarchy and becomes a republic. So what is the meaning of this heading? The meaning of this heading is France, that is people of France, they reject monarchy, that is king's rule, and finally becomes a republic. Republic means what? A state in which supreme power is held by the people and their elected representatives. Okay? Okay, let's start this point. Okay? Although Louis XVI had signed the constitution, he entered into secret negotiations with the king of Prussia. He want to that means Louis XVI want to show other kings that what is happening in France, how common people they want to seize the power, how common people they forced king to sign. Okay, rulers of other neighboring countries too were worried because they thought that if it is happening in France, so maybe after few days or few months or few years, the same thing will repeat in our country also. That's why they became worried by the developments in France and made plans to send troops to put down the events that had been taking place there since the summer of 1789. Before this could happen, the National Assembly, we have discussed already about National Assembly, who formed National Assembly, that third estate people, voted in April 1792 to declare war against Prussia and Austria. Now Marseillaise became their national anthem of France. After that, what happened? After that, Constitution of 1791 gave political rights only to the richer section of society. Their constitution doesn't give right to all men and women, only gave richer sections of society. Political clubs, political clubs became an important rallying point for people who wish to discuss about government policies, about government plans, their own forms of action. Okay, the most successful among these clubs were Jacobians. The most successful of these clubs were Jacobians. Okay, which got its name from the former convent of Jacob in Paris. Saint Jacob in Paris. Okay, women too, who had been active throughout the period, formed their own clubs. Okay, so common people, they formed many political clubs. Among all that political clubs, Jacobean club was very much important, and women of France, they also started forming their own clubs. Okay, the members of the Jacobean club belonged mainly to the less prosperous section of society. We have already discussed that time in France, society was divided into three estates: first, second, and third estate people, rich big businessmen, court officials, lawyers, and including poor peasants, landless labor. So the members of Jacobean clubs were were mainly the less prosperous section of society, like small shopkeepers, artisans, shoemakers, okay, watchmakers, printers, and the leader of that Jacobean club was Maximilian Robespierre. This is a very important question, that who was the leader of that Jacobean club? The answer will be Maximilian Robespierre. Here, one thing, notice this image. The people of the member of Jacobean club, they used to wear a particular type of uniform. Like you people are wearing a particular type of uniform in your school, like that. Okay. On 10th on 10th, after that, what happened in France? On 10th August 1792, Jacobians stormed the palace of the Tuileries and held the king hostage for several hours. Elections were held, and all men of 21 years and above got the right to vote. In last video, we have discussed about active citizen and passive citizen. Okay, active citizen above 25 years of age who paid tax, they were allowed to give vote. Now constitution, their rules regulation changes that all men of 21 years and above got the right to vote. Monarchy was abolished on 21st September 1792. Monarchy was abolished on 21st September 1792 and France was declared a republic. Finally, Louis XVI was sentenced to death by a court on the charge of treason. So this happened in France. In this way, people of France, they abolishes, they rejects monarchy and becomes a republic. Okay. Now next major point, that is the reign of terror. The period of 1793 to 94 is referred to as the reign of terror. Robespierre, we discussed that Robespierre, Maximilien Robespierre was the leader of Jacobean Club. So Robespierre conviction used strict policies and brutal punishment to gain effective control over common people. After death of Louis XVI, Robespierre government used some strict rules, okay, and they gave brutal punishment to gain effective control over common people. All opposers were shut down, imprisoned, and if the court found them guilty, they were guillotined. So, what is guillotine? Guillotine is a device consisting of two poles and a blade with which a person is beheaded. It was named after Dr. Guillotine, who invented it, who invented this machine. Okay. So, Robespierre government, after gaining power, issued some rules and policies for France. Okay. So, first one, meat and bread were rationed. Ration means what? Ration means allow each person to have only a fixed amount of particular commodity. Here, meat and bread, particular commodity. Next point, that is expensive white flour was forbidden to use. Equality was practiced through forms of speech and address. All men and women were addressed as citoyen, meaning citizen. Popularity was decreasing and his rigid policies made people angry. So, Robespierre became very much popular. We discussed here Robespierre, Maximilien Robespierre. But when Robespierre he got the power, he formed some new rules regulations, and his rules regulation were very strict and rigid. Okay, he punished people so brutally. Okay, that's why the popularity of Robespierre was decreasing. So finally in July 1794, in July 1794, he was convicted by a court, arrested, and next day sent to the guillotine. Okay, so this happened with Robespierre. The same thing that happened with Louis XVI, the same thing happened with Robespierre. Common people sentenced him, okay, sent to the guillotine. So students, what we have learned from today's class? We have learned about political symbols, what is symbol, what is political symbols, how people of France, they abolishes monarchy and become republic, about the reign of terror, about Robespierre's policies and how people convicted him. Okay. So I hope this video will help you in clearing your doubts and understanding this matter also. Thanks for watching.